What's going on, Leo? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you are having the most amazing birthday. If it's your birthday this week, happy birthday, happy birthday. Yeah, we're going in, Leo. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just the greatest, Leo, especially during your birthday season, because it keeps us growing. I mean, the sun's at home. How could we not be growing right now? And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. You are in for, not just you, we are in for an amazing journey. You shine just as bright there, Leo. And, oh, I was like, where am I at? Because I'm doing like, I'm going off script here. And guess what, Leo? It's General Energy Weekly Spread. Yeah, that should have been a smoother transition, but that's fine. But with this weekly spread, whenever you happen to come across this video, there may be some messages in here for you. And just so y'all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you. You can leave some of the shenanigans with me. And never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. I'm just doing all kind of silliness, Leo. Alright, your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Leo. So I'm going to pull a few oracle cards from this deck here, and then we will get some details with the tarot. But before we jump into this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? And in case if y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below are some links for some other readers that I like watching, Leo. Very intuitive group, very great energies that they all bring, very unique, so hopefully you'll like them as well. But let's get to your first card here. Oh, Leo, listen, we're gonna really hone our craft here, because you got the ninth card of Capricorns, which is the Master card. I like this card because it's a card of discipline, working smart, focus, structure, teaching, training, conquer, overcome, controlled, learning a skill, in the flow, authoritarian, and commanding presence. I think you might have had this. You just had this card here recently, Leo. Now, there's just thinking about that commanding presence here. But the energy that's coming through here, Leo, is the teaching. And I feel like for some, maybe we are getting into this place where we're thinking about doing some, maybe we're actually going into a study into like to become a teacher, to become start doing I was gonna say like teaching, like teacher things, Leo, whatever teachers do, go educate the minds and really kind of, I don't know, like mold these, but it feels differently because I feel like Leos would really make great teachers. The energy that you bring, the fun type of that sunlight, that invigorating energy, and I feel like that's what the education needs, some revigoration, something, and that's, and and this might be a lofty kind of dream there, Leo, because I remember talking with someone, to a couple of teachers, and it's interesting how that environment is, and it's I do feel that, and I feel like a lot of the teachers that I have spoken with too kind of feel the same, that there's a lot that does need to be changed, that how the approaches are still very very rigid, where it can be more fluid, because I mean the how this generation is coming up is way different than how we're way different than how our parents were. You just keep going that back, and it's always the same type of thing. It's just like, oh, this generation doesn't, but that's the beauty of life, Leo. There's always going to be changing. So it's like, how do we take the tools that we've learned and the lessons that we learned and pass that down into, still have, them make their own mistakes, but in a way that's a little more intentional, feeling a little more guided, a little more thoughtful, a little more consideration, weighing the options. And I know a lot of think about that there on there, Leo. But this could be maybe even for some others that someone may be teaching you, Leo. Maybe we're finding a sensei or something along those lines. Maybe we're learning a new skill, or, refining an existing skill, something along those lines. Don't feel like that is never you're never too young or too old to be learning, Leo, and keep the mind sharp, keep it fresh. They'll say the body goes before the mind goes, and it's just like I feel like yours is with how I feel like with how much energy you do have, you can really take that and use that to your advantage, and take what you learn and really kind of not just shine bright, but have others shine bright. Really, because I feel like you got this card here recently. Talk about that commanding presence. So, I feel like there's some emphasis here, Leo. But let's get some tarot on this. Oh, there you are, Empress. All right, Leo. See, look at the Empress shining bright, growing her garden just with her commanding presence. Oh, well, let me get the rest because I'm about to do this reading at the Empress. Hold on. Alright, hold on. Let's see what's going on here, Leo. Alrighty, Leo. Interesting. So you have the Nine of Swords, the Page of Coins, and the King of Wands in reverse. And then we have the Empress and the Five of Swords upright here. And I feel like that maybe for some of you, Leo, I do feel like that for some of you, there is this energy of taking something that you've wanted to create, and I feel like you can, like, for some, it's just like it's either like making a course, or maybe you're making a YouTube, maybe we're even doing like a podcast, and like maybe like this could be something where if you don't want to start your own, maybe we can kind of reach out, maybe if it's just something you've been fascinated in. There's something here about, I feel with the Nine of Swords, almost getting out of a comfort zone here, getting out of a place of fear. Maybe it's like we want to be. Because, Leo, I feel like yours is a sign that's meant to shine bright. And I don't mean that you necessarily all are, you just have to be out in the public. But it's just like he's doing something that, I know, I feel like that just really, I don't know, that the world can really appreciate, however big of whether the world is, the world could be as small as our family, or as big as the neighborhood, or as big as the city. But I do feel here with like with the Five of Swords kind of being here, it's like maybe some, if we are thinking about that, but we're feeling a little apprehensive, maybe we're doubting this is a good idea, what will others think about us, what are we gonna feel about? Because I get that. Of course, it's easy to say that. There's, if we're putting ourselves out there, of course, there's going to be a lot of nice things that will come through. Leo, it's actually really lovely, but there may be some things that are a little bit harsher, maybe that we don't understand, and things along those lines, and that may have us feel some kind of way. But that's part of how you strengthen an Empress. The Empress rules over Taurus and Libra, and I'm just thinking about that because Taurus deals with that security, that foundation, and not just in just her money. Yes, she's hella abundant, and you could be something where, Leo, you could be abundant, and not even just in money. This could be in maybe friends that we make. This could be in maybe even in places that we can visit. Who knows how this looks, Leo? But it is thinking about those areas where, I don't know, it strengthens your foundation in a way. And I feel that if this is something that we're afraid of, I feel like that use that fear as fuel, because there's something there. I feel like it's like if you have like stage fright, for example. What better way to get over that thing? And I get that takes time. Like, start by practicing in front of the mirror first, and then practicing in front of one person, and then in front of two people. It doesn't have to be just jumping right into the stuff. We can be however this process needs to go. But I feel like there's a lot that can be going down here, Leo. Even like I feel like this Empress could even be kind of bestowing this, because maybe it's like where for some others there's like this. It's like we're finding a niche group or something, an energy that's needing to be tapped into, that is looking for inspiration, for ideas, for some kind of foundation here, something along those lines, Leo. But they need to see a model for what that looks like. Someone stable, someone grounded, someone balanced, someone Empress. And I dig that, Leo. That's really cool, and I think that that's something. Consider that. That's a really great thing, I feel, to bring amongst the soul tribe. And I feel like it gets us talking in a way too, because something I've been kind of noticing here, Leo, here as of late. I just started a side gig not too long ago, and the conversations have been really cool. Where I've been talking a lot of Zodiac here, more than I expected to, And it's been very fascinating to see how that's been going down. The narrative is shifting in a way that's really really dope, and I feel that there is this. We're all in this state of learning and teaching, being empresses and then learning from empresses. It really is kind of just like, passing the knowledge around, the wisdom, really communicating with others and not being afraid to, I feel like, to being, having difference of opinions to know like how to work about this process, because there are multiple ways to achieve the same type of empress goals here, Leo. It's really kind of, I like that, right? That's what's up, Leo. Really, really strong start there. Look at you, Empress, bringing your A game, Leo. I'm not surprised. And you know what? That's interesting too, Leo, because the Empress is in your sign. She's retrograde right now, but she is in your sign, and this is a good time to kind of hone your craft, come into yourself. I like that. Let's get some more. Oh, I like that. We're lighting the fire. I see you, Leo. Hello. Because you got the first card of Sagittarius here, which is the bonfire card. And with this card, this is a card of enthusiasm, energy, heated, intense, joy, ignite, passion, ecstasy, exhilaration, spark, community, sharing ideas, getting things done, orgasm, fanaticism, fever, and fierce. And the energy that's coming through, Leo, is the enthusiasm in the community. And listen, Leo, hold on. I'm going to drink some tea and then we're going to talk about this. Because I was just thinking about that. I think I was talking to Sagittarius about this, where you and Sagittarius do share a lot in common as far as like that, their optimism and your enthusiasm. And both are very uplifting, both are very, it's really contagious, that energy that you can give off, Leo. Like I can't I bet as a son and having the son at home for that placement, I mean, my stepdad's a Leo, and I know a few Leos, and it is really a fascinating sign when you really are. Your Empress energy is something else. It really is something else, and I do feel like that you do have a way of bringing up the room, bringing up the community, and I feel like that this fire everyone's dancing around is you, Leo, and I feel that's something that you could really, it's some, don't sleep on that, and I do feel like it's being aware of too, just thinking with the Five of Swords, being aware of how others kind of feed off that enthusiasm, because it is contagious. It is something that, it could be where, not necessarily that, and I don't even feel like from a malicious place, but it's just like you can, it's it's a double-edged sword with enthusiasm, because I have, as, and again, a Leo sun, that's got to be wonderful, having the sun at home, but in other placements too, you still feel that rush of it, that enthusiastic energy. It's like it's something. I got a bunch of Leo in my chart, and it can be exhausting though to almost feel like that you have to be in Empress mode all the time, to always have to be shy. It's not that you can't. It's just like sometimes you don't want to. Sometimes you just want to not be seen, to not be. And it's not an egotistical thing. It's just that how your energy attracts, It's, I guess it's, if there had to be a burden of being the sun, it's that. The sun is always is going to be seen, And I feel, though, that I feel like that even in just kind of saying that, allowing maybe even like more to kind of see you in a place of where it's like, I'm not really quite feeling that today. Like, it's like, like where I'm feeling good, don't get me wrong. I just need to like recharge my batteries. The sun is at home, for the next 30 days. Let me just take, and really, take some time and recharge your batteries, Leo, because where you do have a lot of energy to expend, it is something that we do. You want to be mindful of that kind of that sort of vital energy there, Leo. But let's get some tarot on this. That's interesting, Leo. Leo, so you have the Four of Coins and the Ten of Wands in reverse, and then you have the Five of Coins and the Two of Swords upright. And I feel that with this energy is that I almost feel like for some it does feel like that we've been in this energy of where it's like we kind of want the burden of that enthusiastic energy off of us, kind of switching gears a little bit. It feels that maybe we're just like the pressure to always have to choose to be on all the time. And again, it's not that you have to, it's just like maybe it's just that we don't want to. And if you do notice that, Leo, that your energies are feeling low, I feel like with the Five of Coins, it's that's a very big indicator. I feel like if your energy is feeling low, is that we really need to take some time and just kind of recharge our batteries again. Kind of check into our reserves. Instead of worrying about maybe the needs of others and things along those lines. With this four of coins being here, because that can be like a card of savings, and if you keep tapping into that savings of energy and energy and energy and energy, it's just like, yeah. Yeah, you're gonna be burnt out and feeling all kinds of ways. So, this is meant to be, I feel, your birthday season, and really just the whole journey. But definitely during your birthday season is meant to be one of just kind of just feeling that, just finding any places that you're feeling impoverished, and just like really really filling up those cups, Leo, and just tending to your garden. And don't feel like that you have to shoulder that burden. I mean, it's maybe even for some, I'm just even getting with the Two of Swords, it's like maybe we feel like we have to pick between one or another, and if we feel this, we want to be there to provide for others and to be that, because I don't know if you can see here, but she's got this little candle that she's trying to keep herself warm outside in this winter, and it's like we want to provide that for others. We want to always raise that vibration, Leo, and that's beautiful, and I'm always with that. But we do have to make sure that we are tapping into our reserves too, because that does sometimes even get us to a place where that state of burnout all the time can lead to like a potentially like a bitterness or something along those lines. So always again, like how we're talking, always having to be excuse me, on all the time. Very interesting energy here, Leo. Let's get your last oracle card here. Thank you. Alright, Leo. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, look at that. I like this card, Leo, because you got the 8th card of Virgos, which is the Grapes card. Empress, all abundant. And with this card, there's a card of abundance, bearing fruit, harvest, fertility, merriment, prosperity, surplus, fullness, juicy, overindulge, tempting, goodness, plentiful, wealth, and enjoy the fruits of your labor. And the energy that's coming through here is the surplus. And I feel like it's making sure that, because you do have a real abundance of energy, Leo. It really is one that is it's a real gift, a real blessing to have that solar energy at your disposal. But I do feel like that it's making sure that we are not completely depleting our reserves, being mindful of just how we're you know an empress maybe feeling at her best and things, but even the empress needs to take a break, just every now and again, and just enjoying and stuff that makes you feel happy, that you feel good, because this energy too could, like the King of Wands, maybe the Page of Coins, it's like maybe we haven't really invested in ourselves as of late. When's the last time you just treated yourself, Leo? Had like an Empress Day, taking yourself out for dinner, or maybe go to the beach, have a bonfire, whatever that's looking like, Leo. Maybe take a martial arts class, but enjoy some wine, some grapes. But I do feel like it's your reserves, and there's, and I almost feel like with that teaching energy we were talking about earlier, there's this energy of like it's it's almost like we're teaching ourselves as well, just like really kind of this sense of self-learning, you know, like really, and that's appropriate too, again, with Venus being in retrograde right now in your sign. You know, I do feel like it's, because Venus does deal with relationships, and and I feel like not just the, yes, it's like the one-on-one relationships. I'm kind of making this a little broad, but even that relationship with you and like your higher self, or just the that masculine, feminine energies. However, we're just like just really can just have a oneness that's going on here, Leo. But let's get your last here. Oh, speaking of Libra, there's one of her signs. Oh. A lot of air energy coming through here. Your opposite sign. Let's see what we got here, Leo. Okay, Leo, so last little bit here, we have, let's see how I want to do this. You have the Star card, small little reversal storm here. The Star card, the Justice card, the Eight of Cups, the Four of Cups in reverse here, and then you have the Seven of Cups upright. And then let's switch back over. Because I feel like with this, Leo, that sometimes I almost feel like for some that, again, there is this energy of, it's like, and it's not like you do what you do to make others feel good because you want something in return, but it's more so that how come it's that we, it's like there's I feel like maybe for some there's this question of like you're constantly providing this energy for others, tapping in, like providing this energy for others, but you're not quite getting that same return, because Leo, it's like, Leo energy, I feel like when you do it big, it's like it's like we want it to be like a grand performance, like grand, especially for people that, that we love. It's like we really want to, you know, almost, it's like how he's just like kind of overwhelmed with options here. We want to leave him in this place of just like, oh my gosh, Leo, like, oh, like wowza. But then it's just like when, it's like I do feel like that there's this energy of like, I don't know, like waiting for the same thing for it to happen to us or something like along those lines. It's like when someone gonna bring that. It's like you doing your your someone else's like 80% is like your 60% or something along those lines. Like I feel like it's just like there's a sense of maybe wanting more or something along those lines, and that's a that's an interesting energy because I am getting with the Seven of Cups too. Sometimes, in a sense, if we're not feel like we're getting that sense of maybe like that same type of energy that we happen to give back, then we could possibly find other avenues to get it. You know what I mean, Leo? And this can lead to Seven of Cups is a tricky type of energy because it's like for me, it's like a prelude to a devil moment. You're getting to some like, however that's looking, and your energy is one that it's fun. It's again, we don't want to feel, the sun doesn't want to feel down. So, and I feel like with the Eight of Cups being here, there's this energy of it's almost just like letting go of that expectation that people can meet that. I feel like if that's something that is resonating with you, because it might be just like and it's not to say that you won't ever come across someone who will meet that, but if we just get into this place of just giving without that expectation, but also learning that sense of balance that we don't maybe instead of just always going so big, maybe we go just like kind of big. And it's not to say that you're not being yourself, but it's just that it gives I don't know, it restores this sense of balance so that we don't lose that kind of that lust for life, or that or we don't develop this sense of like apathy or anything along those lines where it's like, no one no one seems to care about me. I always do such big things for them and everyone's just kind of average, and you know what I mean, Leo. I hope that that makes sense. um, I think I'm gonna leave that there, Leo. That's very interesting energy that's coming through. But yeah, I think I'll leave that there. So, if anything resonated with you, give it a thumbs up and share this, Leo, because whether we're learning some things or if we're just if we've been having maybe troubles with enthusiasm or whatever that is, maybe the energies have been kind of low. Just be sharing this thing, Leo, and then subscribe, hit that bell button to get notified when I release videos each week. And I'm on this meditation app, Insight Timer. I started this group called Zodiacs Raising the Vibration. And it's just a group to post positive affirmations, encouraging messages, things along those lines. And then as the group grows, I'm going to start doing different healing music and guided meditations, things along those lines. Maybe like doing like self-care with the Empress, or healing with the star, finding I don't know, finding harmony. I gotta find out what me and the Justice card are doing, but definitely check that out, Leo. And then lastly, I don't think you got any Cancer cards other than the Four of Cups, which is a good Cancer card. But if you got any Cancer in your placements, there, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, come on over to my other channel, The Chariot and Friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss lunar shenanigans. Still geek out when the Empress pops up. It's a good old time. And all that housekeeping down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here so I can get you out of here. Interesting, Leo. So you got the Ten of Swords in reverse here. And that's interesting because I was kind of looking at the star earlier, because that is your opposite sign, Aquarius. And the star card does deal with healing, and now you got the Ten of Swords here. I'll get your Oracle card here in a second, but I feel like that maybe for some we're in this state of maybe we just got from because right before the star is the Tower, and maybe we've just gotten, and that's interesting too. I just say that you got since you got the Nine of Wands too, or excuse me, Nine of Swords. It's like there's this energy of maybe we're getting over something, and we're still kind of learning how to operate in this energy, trying to find that enthusiastic side again, that energy that does kind of pop. Maybe that might be something too, or maybe learning how to operate in this new type of energy here, or something along those lines. And I do feel like that just whenever opposite signs kind of pop through there, I feel like that we can learn a lot from our opposite signs, Leo. And this might be something where we may need to, if we've been trying to do this thing by ourselves, Aquarius is a sign of networking, the collective, and this may be getting out in a group, kind of socializing, maybe talking about these things, sharing this stuff. Libra energy too, Justice card, deals with, one-on-one relationships. So this may not necessarily be just like having to go, like a concert or something, but it could be just having like a one-on-one conversation with at a cafe, or just amongst some just getting the energy moving, getting out and about, something along those lines, Leo. But yeah, just if we've had some stuff that we're healing from, yeah, making sure that take that time. Thank you. And let's see what else we got here, Leo. Interesting. So you got the Poppet card in reverse here, Leo. And I almost feel like for some that because with your sign, you are inherently creative. You're associated with the 5th house that deals with creativity, love, romance, things along those lines. And I feel like that the puppets these are little dolls that you make there, with intentions, and it's I do feel like that, especially if we've been healing for something, I feel like one possible outlet to do healing with is to do something with intention, whether that be maybe learning a new skill, maybe we're learning martial arts, because you can do art through movement, or maybe we're growing some things, maybe we're starting a garden, or I don't know, maybe doing a vineyard. I see you. Maybe we're building a fire, Leo. But whatever that's looking like, it feels something that is just like really, like creating some things that are really personal to you, something that has meaning, you know, that gives you something to reflect on, you know, that even in times of, and that might be something too, you know, just like when we find ourselves in times of when the energies are feeling really low and we're feeling kind of tapped out and not quite sure how we're going to get through the day and the enthusiasm's waning. It's just like have that little poppet in the corner there. Just whatever your version of poppet is looking like there, Leo. Have a little poppet there as a motivational thing to remember that, you know, just like the sun, you always rise. So King of the Zodiac, you know, the lion. That's what's up. So I think I'm gonna leave that there, Empress. So you stay safe out there. You know, learning all your new stuff there, and you know, keeping your spirits up and things. Just yeah, be mindful of that, Leo. Raise your vibration through the roof. Raise your vibration to the sun, and then just kind of hang out with the sun. Just kind of chill, bask, and because I'll tell you what, you know, Leo energy, you know, being out in the sun, that's kind of nice, kind of soaking up those rays, just saying hey to your ruler, wherever you got Leo placements. And I will catch you on the next one. Later.